how to migrate a WordPress website on your local host to any web hosting or any domain, right? So, hey guys, this is Shayan from IncaAcademy.com, and today in this tutorial, I'll show you a step-by-step approach that will help you to migrate your WordPress website into any web hosting that you want. Bluehost, SiteGround, A2 Hosting, 5Cloud whatever your hosting provider can be, right? Now, in a previous tutorial that I made, which you can find down in the description, I had shown you how you can install WordPress in your local machine. That is correct. You don't need to pay for any hosting provider if you want to learn WordPress. The best way is you can install WordPress on your own local PC or your laptop, and then you can try out learning WordPress, right? And in the process, if you are building any website, then at the end of building it, you can migrate that same website that you have built on your local host, right? As you can see over here, to any web hosting. Now for that, you will need to go through this tutorial. Why should you move your website from local host to a web hosting? So suppose you have worked for a WordPress website on e-commerce. You are trying to set up an e-commerce website, and eventually you are successful in setting it up, right? And now you have come across some clients who are wanting the same WordPress website on their domain, on their hosting. So there are two ways to accomplish it. One is that you need to do the same sort of work again, which is very repetitive and which is not at all scalable, because for each of them you again need to provide the same kind of energy, the same kind of effort, which is absolutely not the way it should be, right? And the second one is the one that I'll talk about is migration. That is, you are actually able to migrate the completed website from your local PC directly into the client's web hosting, right? So that anyone over the internet can actually reference your site, right? So if that sounds interesting to you, then please stick on with me till the end of this video. And I'm quite sure that you are going to get immense value out of it. And if this is the first time that you are watching me, then I'm Shayan from IncaAcademy.com. And in this channel, I do have regular videos on trainings on how to make money online and on different technical trainings that can help you as a web developer and an affiliate marketer. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please make sure that you do subscribe to this channel and hit on the bell notification icon so that you keep getting these free tutorials that are extremely effective and you can self-learn with all of these, right? So again, if that sounds interesting, please don't skip a part of it because it's going to be an intense tutorial. So let's jump into the tutorial right now. Hey, so welcome to the tutorial on how to migrate a WordPress site from a local host to any web hosting, right? Now, this is going to be a step-by-step tutorial. That means even if you are a beginner in WordPress or even if you don't know WordPress for that matter, then also you can follow this tutorial. Now, remember, there is a tutorial on the description which shows you how you can install WordPress on your local host, right? So if you have missed that out, then I would suggest please take a look at that one as well, because that is again an awesome tutorial and that can help you in saving a lot of money, because you can learn WordPress even without buying any web hosting, right? So that's a great thing to have. Now, with that being said, let's dive into this. So the first step that is involved in this is installing the duplicator plugin on your local host, right? So for that, you need to first log into the WordPress of your local host. Secondly, you need to install duplicator plugin. Now, this is a completely free plugin that you can use. However, there is a restriction. If the file size is more than a certain limit, which is 128 MB, I guess, then you would not be able to do it using duplicator free version. For that, you need to get hold of duplicator pro, which is a premium paid plugin. But if you are getting any of the web hosting from us, then you are going to get not only that plugin, but also a bunch of premium plugins free of cost, right? However, if your WordPress site is smaller in size, then you can do it via duplicator as well, which comes for absolutely free, right? So with that being said, now let's jump into the practical part of first step. So here, as you can see, we will migrate this website into a A2 hosting website, right? So this is, as you can see, on my local host. So as we have learned, that first step is going to be installing the duplicator plugin. So go over to dashboard, and in here you need to go over to plugins, click on add new, and then in the search, just search for duplicator and hit enter. And here you can see the duplicator is here. So just click on install and click on activate. So as you can see, it has been activated. So that's the first step completed. So now we have seen how duplicator can be installed. Now coming to the second step, we need to build our package. So for that, we need to go over to settings. Then from there, we need to go over to duplicator. And then we can build our package, which contains two files. One is installer.php and the other is a .zip file containing the configuration settings. And then we need to download both of them. So let's move over to the WordPress. So in the second step, we are going to create a package. So we need to go over to duplicator and go over to packages. So all that you need to do is click on create new. And here you can see by default, it comes with the site name, right? And this would be the archive zip file and this would be the installer. So keep it as it is and click on next. It will scan the site and give you the report. And once you can see everything is good, like I'm seeing here, it will be generally good if your installation was good, right? So you can just click on build and this will build your package pretty soon. So we'll meet once this building is done. Now you can see the build status package completed. And as you can see, both the files are ready. So you can just click on one click download and this will download all the files to your local machine. Just allow it and you can see that it has, and as you can see, it has been downloaded, right? So with the second step being completed, let's move on to the third step, which involves purchasing a web hosting plan according to your need. Now, I would recommend you to get A2 hosting because it's best in terms of speed. I do have A2 hosting and I will use A2 hosting in this tutorial as well. Now, apart from that, I do have plans of Bluehost and 5Cloud as well. And all of them are good, but I would suggest you to look for A2 hosting if you can afford it, because I have got you some best offers, right? And then if you are too short on the budget right now, then you can try for a hosting called 5Cloud. It is also a great one and it locks in the price for 5 years at $47 only. And then when it renews at the same rate. So that's a great plus point. If you're looking for a budget web hosting, then I would suggest you that one. Anyways, there are a couple of links in the description that would give you the best of offers and that will take you to the official website of those hosting providers. So please feel free to check through, right? And remember, if you are purchasing web host using my links, which is down in the description, then you'd get some awesome bonuses as well, which includes lots of plugins and lots of premium themes, right? So with that being said, let's move on to the fourth step. So in here, what we can do is that we need to configure the domain or the subdomain. Now, if you are doing it on a brand new domain, right, then you need to just find the name server info of your web hosting, right? And then on the domain, you need to set up the name server. Now, I have a complete tutorial on that as well. So you can check my channel so you can find that, right? And then if you're doing it on a brand new subdomain, you can just create a subdomain, right? So let's move over and create a subdomain. Now, in the fourth step, as we had discussed, it's the time for us to actually create a brand new subdomain or point to your domain, right? So since I'm going to use a subdomain, I need to log into my cPanel. And in here, within the domains, which you can find right here, you can just go ahead and add a subdomain. So for that, click on subdomains and give it a name. Say, for example, local site, right? And click on create. And that's it. You can see that subdomain has been created. Now, once the fourth step is completed, it's time for us to go into the fifth step, which is actually setting up the database. Now, in here, we need to go over to the web hosting, log into the cPanel of the hosting, and go over to MySQL database. From there, we need to create a new database. We need to create a new DB user, and we need to connect both of them and give them the privilege, right? So that that user can make changes to the database. And in the process, we need to store all the credential as well. So let's dive into the WordPress web hosting. Now we need to create the database. So for that, we need to go over to databases, go over to MySQL databases. And in here, we need to create two things. Number one is create a database. So again, give that a name that you can understand, right? And click on create database. Now make sure that you copy this database name that you have created, right? So just Control C and go over to Notepad and just save it, right? Say database name and save the database name, right? So this is done. Now we need to go back. And in here, we can create a database user. So for that, you need to add a new user, say local user. And in here, you can give a password or you can use the password generator. So you can just copy the password and again, store it right here. So you need to just give the user password as this, right? And then in here, you can mark it as copied and use password. And then you just need to hit the create user. And as you can see, the user has been created. So again, as we did, just copy the username and paste it over here, right? So make sure that you keep a note of this, otherwise you are going to be in trouble. So once done, again, you need to go back and we need to perform the third step, that is assigning the user to the database. So for that, you can just go over to this part, that is add user to database. And in here, just find the user that you have created and find the database that you have created and click on add. And then on the next screen, you need to provide the privileges. So make sure that you give them all privilege and click on make changes. And that's it. The database part has been taken care of. So the database setup is completed as well. So now it's time for the sixth step. And on this step, what we'll do is that we'll place those package files. Remember the one that we had downloaded previously, right? So now is the time for us to actually upload them back to the server. So for that, again, log into your WordPress hosting, go over to the cPanel. From there, go over to File Manager, right? And from there, you need to go over to public HTML folder, and from there you can find the domain or the subdomain folder, and on there you need to upload the files. So without further talking about this point, let's show you how to do it. So now we need to go over to the file manager. So for that, we again need to go back to cPanel main area, and in here we can find the files, and in here we can find the file manager, right? Now in here you can find this public HTML. Now public HTML is used when you want to do it on the root. Say for example, my root domain is capitalalphabets.com. So if I want the website to be in that domain, then I have to paste it in public HTML. Otherwise, for this case, like I have created a subdomain, you can find the subdomain folder over here, right? You can see localsite.capitalalphabets.com. So you can just double click it and that will open the file. Sorry, that will open the folder, and in here you can find only CGI bin. There shouldn't be anything as I have created it from brand new stuff, right? So we just need to click on upload, and in here we need to select the files, right? So we can just select this archive file, and then we can also select the installer.php file as well. So as you can see, the installer has been already uploaded, and we need to wait a little for this archive file to upload. So let's meet up once the upload is done. So bingo, you can see it has been completed, right? So we have completed this step as well. Now that's the sixth step completed, right? And that's amazing. So that brings us to the seventh step, which is actually pretty easy. That is running the installer.php file. So for that, open a browser, run installer.php after your domain name, right? Domain or subdomain, whatever you can have. And then you need to provide the DB values that you have stored, right? Provide the username and the password for the new WordPress site, and that's it, right? You will configure this automatically. So let's jump into that screen and show you how easy it is. Now coming to this seventh step, we need to open a browser tab, and in there we need to just type in the site address, that is localsite.capitalalphabets.com, and this was my subdomain directory, right? And then followed by /installer.php and hit on enter. So as you can see, the duplicator screen has come up, and in here you can see all of these have been passed, right? So you can just go ahead and click on I have read and accept all informations and click on next. Now comes the install database, and in here you need to provide the database, user, and the password, the same information that we had kept stored. So just make sure that you provide those information. So here you go with the database, and here is the user information, and then just copy the password and you should be good to go, right? So you can click on test database to make sure that the connection is good. And as you can see, the connection has been good. So just click on next. And as they're asking that, make sure that these are true and correct so that you don't override any other database. So that's it. It has taken part by actually going it, right? And you can see here that the title of the would be the same as it was in your previous website, right? And this will be your URL, right? So you can just take a note of it, Control C, and then you can just go ahead and on the replace, you can find anything that you want to replace. And on the options, you can actually go ahead and set up a new admin username and a password and an email. Otherwise, it would come up with the same username and the password that it used to have on your previous site, right? So that's up to you. If you want to set a completely new username and a new password, you can do that as well. You can set up a completely new email ID, the email for your client maybe, right? So that's how this is important. Now, if you want to set up, you are free to set it up over here. So just click on next. And as you can see, everything is good. So that means you have got a great migration in here, right? So congrats. So with that being completed, it brings us to the 8th step, which is checking your installation. And for that, you need to log into the brand new website. So just enter the domain or the subdomain name followed by WP login, right? And in there, use the credentials that you have set for, and you should be good to log in, right? Now, if the theme is Elementor, and if some of the files are missing, then you can go ahead to Elementor tools and you can refresh the libraries so that all the details are fetched. So let's dive in and see how this works. Now comes the last step, which is actually checking if it works correctly. So click on admin login, and herein you need to provide the user ID and the password and click on log in. And boom, you are logged in. So it has worked perfectly, right? So it is calling for changing of password. We can do that at our time, right? So now let's visit the website and see whether we have been successful in migrating it properly. And oops, look at that. Localsite.capitalalphabets.com is an exact lookalike of this website, which was on my localhost, right? So localhost Learn WP has been successfully migrated to localsite.capitalalphabets.com, all in front of your eyes in a step-by-step process. So now you can hand it over to your client and ask them for money, whatever you want, right? And I also want to tell you something is that this is the same process in which you can migrate any WordPress website from any hosting to completely another hosting, completely another domain. And for this, people on Fiverr charge around $300 for one migration. So you can imagine how much you can earn if you do practice it properly. So don't waste time, get yourself in and try practicing it out. I'm sure you'll be able to do that. If you face any problem, I am there, right? Just to make sure that you again know the fact that if your WordPress website size is much larger, then you need to use the Duplicator Pro plugin, right? However, the process is exactly the same, only you need to use the paid version. Only that part is the difference, right? So with that being said, let's move over to the PowerPoint. So with that being done, it completes the 8th step. And now it's actually congrats that you have actually been able to migrate. So now it takes us to the 9th step, which is actually if you want to get any brand new web hosting for yourself, then please check the link down below for awesome discounts and awesome offers and bonuses. And remember, you are just one step away from contacting us. You can contact us via our email ID, which is down in the description. Just let us know that you have purchased via our link and attach your purchase receipt, and you will be getting all the premium bonuses on your inbox directly. And with that being said, thanks for watching this tutorial till the end. And I really hope that you have got some value. And I have taken a lot of time out of my daily schedule to make this tutorial just for you so that you can get help while migrating your website. And if that sounds good, then please help me with a like so that it can help me grow my channel. And at the same time, don't forget to share this video with your friends so that they can get a bit of value as well. And if you like to get notified about this kind of tutorial videos, then please do make sure that you do subscribe to this channel and hit on the bell notification icon so that you never miss out on any upcoming videos that I have on product trainings or on trainings on making money online. So with that being said, it is Shine from nkacademy.com, and down in the description, you are going to find a couple of links to web hosting providers. Now, if you are planning to get a web hosting anytime soon, then this is the best time because you won't get this kind of bonuses from anybody else for web hosting. So please make sure that you do check the description link below. And if you like to pick up, you can pick them up, right? So with that being said, again, I hope that you have subscribed to this channel. So we'll meet again pretty soon because there are pretty frequent uploads in this channel. So again, hoping to meet you pretty soon somewhere over the internet again. Until then, please take care of yourself and your families and keep learning, keep rocking, and keep implementing the things that you have learned. That is the only way to make sure that you are learning it properly. So we'll meet again pretty soon somewhere. Until then, please take care of yourself and your families. Signing off, Shan from NK Academy. Take care. Bye bye.